collective energy reading. Let's tap into love. So I was led to read from this deck here, what's blocking you. All right. So for those of you that are in a relationship, take this message as it resonates. Leave behind what doesn't, as always. But I'm going to pull to find out what could be a potential energetic block or something to be aware of. And then pull for what is going on underneath the surface. And then how to shift. What shift is necessary in order to create more of a harmonious connection. The first card we got coming out is soulmate only. You have many soulmates who would be great for you. There's not just one. Number 1222 could be significant. So this is saying that you're connected to a soulmate. There's somebody that you are with or that you share a connection with that is aligned with you. A soulmate to me is somebody that you share a sincere relationship with, and they teach you, you learn from, and you heal with. It's different than a karmic connection. I feel like a karmic connection is more challenging. The next card we got coming out is demanding. It says you set impossible standards for your partner to meet. Be less demanding. For some of you, children may be a part of your relationship, and that may also be one of the conflicts that's taking place currently. Take it as it resonates. But there's a sense of a need for consideration. There could be a situation where someone is carrying more of the load in the relationship, and that's affecting how they're showing up, where they're already putting a lot of work in being a parent, being a full-time mother, cleaning. It looks like this woman has a lot on her plate here. And there's a sense of being held to a certain expectation that may be a little unrealistic. At the bottom of the deck, we have eye candy. It says beauty fades. Choose someone for their inner beauty and personality. And being cold. And yes, it's like right before I looked at the bottom of the deck, I swear I felt my heart flutter. And so I feel like that's what this relationship is in need of. And that's the challenge right now is to tap back into the heart, to really connect with the emotions, to be more empathic and sensitive to one another's needs, so that the beauty of the relationship or of the partner in this relationship can be seen and can be felt versus judged versus minimized is what I'm getting. All right, Holy Spirit, what is taking place under the surface? What's taking place under the surface that could be affecting this connection? All right, face down, we've got the Tower. All right, so this is giving me a lot of internal conflict and chaos. It's like somebody is maybe at their wit's end with things. Pressure. The video just cut off at 5:11, so that could be significant for you. But there's this energy of a breaking point. Holy Spirit, what is in need of change here? All right, we got justice. All right, so Spirit is saying that there's a need for balance in this connection. More fairness, more reciprocity and understanding is what this is giving me. We got the Seven of Swords coming out. All right, and more honesty. The Seven of Swords talks about deception. So somebody could be withholding information or kind of just pretending, going along to get along, but at the end of the day, that doesn't serve anybody, because there's words that are left unsaid and it doesn't bring you closer. We got the Death. All right, so there may be a need to change things dramatically. There's a need for a transformation in this relationship. There could be a space that you're in where you're in transition and your relationship is going through a metamorphosis. We got the Two of Pentacles coming out. And this is giving me juggling different roles, just trying to do what's best to keep up appearance. Take it as it resonates. It's like you go to work, you do what's needed there, you come home, you show up and be who your partner needs you to be, versus really being attuned to showing up fully with heart and love. There could be a sense where somebody has a lot on their plate. Once again, somebody is taking more of the load in this relationship, and it's creating an imbalance here. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands and the Two of Swords. So yeah, it's like somebody is in and out. You know, 1 minute they're there, the next minute they're not. And avoiding something. Avoiding things because there is conflict here. Because there's a lack of, being able to get on the same page. Or more of a debate type of energy versus a collaborative type of energy. Yeah, and underneath that, we got the Five of Swords here. It's been more about being at war with the egos at this time versus really connecting. And so I feel like that is what needs to change here. And I feel like there's going to be a new opportunity to do so. You know, upon reflection with the Hermit here, but there's a need for self-reflection. There's a need for someone within the connection to truly take a step back and to approach things differently in order to get to that space where things are harmonious again. Because right now I feel like one of the parties in this relationship is withholding affection, is withdrawn. And then the other party is like exhausted because they're doing so much. So it's like they're expected to still show up and give love and be the partner that's needed in the relationship. However, there's a need for them to be given some grace, is what I'm getting. There's a need for this person to either step up and help them out more or to change their expectations. There's also a sense of this person maybe even comparing their partner with other parties, and needing to change that up as well. Because I feel like with this person putting so much effort and time into, work and everything like that, maybe they aren't really putting enough energy into themselves. And so they're being judged for it instead of encouraged to, go treat themselves out. Instead of saying, okay, babe, let me take you on a shopping spree. Let me give you some money to go get your hair done, your nails done. They're being judged for it. And I feel like that is what needs